Hello and welcome to today's vlog. So today's vlog is all about Bailey's 1 year update, because as you can see from the little banner behind me, it is actually Bailey's first birthday today as I film. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of an update on how he's been progressing over the last couple of months since our last update, give you a few little updates on his feeding, his behaviour, his training, etc., his health, and just also share with you some footage and some photographs that I've actually taken of Bailey today during his birthday. So first up, I'll just talk about feeding and health in general. Feeding wise, it's absolutely fine. We're still feeding him the Wainwright's dry kibble, and we're still using the turkey and rice flavour. He also has his treats as well, so he's getting fed 3 meals a day and then treats during the day. So on his morning walk with me, usually a little snack mid-morning, a little snack mid-evening, mid-afternoon even, and then he'll have his pedigree dentist stick at sort of mid-evening when we actually have our pudding, and everything is going really well with that. He's steadily been putting on weight over the last couple of months, and I think at the moment he's just finishing off hopefully his last growth spurt, because a couple of weeks ago he did put quite a bit of weight on, but then last week he lost a little bit, and then I think this week hopefully it'll peter out. And then sort of finally, he's still obviously having his flea and worm treatment every 4 weeks. He's actually due this weekend, so we're still using the NexGuard Chewy tablet, and we have been using the WAG Tasty or Toasty treat with that, but in the last batch that I purchased, they've actually changed the shape of that, because they used to be the same shape and size as the NexGuard, but they've now changed it to a bone shape. So it's actually the same shape as the WAG training treats, which is the pinky purple packet, but they're just slightly bigger. So we'll see how we go. Last time he had it, he did take the NexGuard quite well. Then I think in the last update I explained that Bailey had had a double ear infection and then also an issue with his anal gland. The little ear infection did clear up fine and he was doing really well with that, but we have noticed a couple of times now he's been scratching his right ear a little bit, and he was doing it a couple of weeks ago, so I ramped up the ear cleaning for a couple of days, so twice a day for a couple of days, and that really helped. And then it's just started the last day or so, so again I'm going to go back to twice a day cleaning just for a couple of days, and then we'll go back to just the normal sort of cleaning his ears on a Friday night and a Monday night, and we'll see how we go. The little issue with his anal gland, touch wood, is actually clearing up quite nicely now. He was on a fibre supplement from the vet, which I think we had about 50 days worth, so we've actually finished that now. So he's now just having a little bit of, I think it's shredded wheat or Weetabix, I can never remember which one's which. So he's having that now just sprinkled on his breakfast, so I think it's like third of a biscuit sprinkling on, and he's taken to that quite well. So he isn't scooting at all now, maybe the odd time, and he still licks his bum but it's not actually licking his bumhole. He's actually, when I look at it after he's done quite a bit of licking, he's actually just licking the sort of the side of the base of his tail, which is a bit random. But anyway, so far, touch wood, while he's now on like the Weetabix shredded wheat stuff, he's doing okay and taking quite well to that. Hopefully we'll be able to do a health check at some point at the vets now that the restrictions are starting to ease, because he still hasn't actually had a proper health check since his initial vaccinations, other than obviously his trips that he's had to the vets for his castration operation back in December. Obviously the couple of issues with his ear infection and his little anal gland issue, he's not actually had a proper nose to tail health check, so hopefully we'll get that soon. And then I think he'll be due his annual booster, I think it's mid-July, because from memory I think it actually goes on when they have their first set of injections at 7-8 weeks old, so that'll be sort of mid to late July, I think anyway. So we'll see how we get on with that. So now on to training and behaviour. Training can be a little bit hit and miss. I think the recall training has definitely lacked, and we really need to get back on that. He doesn't really come back to us that often when you call his name, but if he's on the extendable lead and you tell him to stop, he will stop and wait for you to catch up, so that's quite good. He still will sit on command, he will spin on command when we do his next guard, because that's when I usually get him to do a little spin. He'll also do paw and does that really well. And then at feeding time, he has to wait until he's told that he can have his food before he eats it, and he is spot on with that. Very occasionally he'd be a bit cheeky and try to go for it before you tell him, but most of the time he's pretty spot on with that. Behaviour wise, it's again, you have the odd moment. We went through the teenage tantrum stage a few months ago, and he'll only really now have a tantrum if I have to have him completely with me, shut him in my office, and he can't go and see his dad, because what we've been able to do the last couple of months is let him have free reign of the house. He can come and go as he please, whichever room well, most rooms are usually free access. There's the odd room that we still keep shut off, but if, like I say, if he has to be shut in with me, he will sometimes have a little bit of a tantrum. He still is a little bit hit and miss with me if I'm not in the room with him. It is something we do need to really work on, is the separation anxiety, but he is a lot better now. He'll take himself off and he'll disappear off, and sometimes I won't see him for a couple of hours because he's gone off to be with his dad rather than with me. It's more if he doesn't choose to not be with me. So for example, I left him with my husband when I went shopping, and he didn't like that, and he cried and whined until I got back. Some ways we are combating that issue is for example, if I have to do a meeting and he has to go in with my husband, we give him a chewy bone to play with, and that usually does keep him quiet, so that does help. So we have got some coping methods to alleviate that. Okay, so just a little bit about general progression now, just generally how he's been. I think when I last did an update, he'd not had a groom for quite a while because of the various restrictions, so he'd not actually had a groom since before Christmas. He finally had a groom mid-April, and it was amazing, the transformation. I will actually insert some pictures for you so you can actually see the before and after, our groomer did amazingly well, because it got to the stage where he was getting a lot of matting and knots around. I did the best I could to keep on top of it, but it got to the point it was just naturally knotting because its fur had got so long. So now it's a lot better. We actually quite like the look he had about 2 weeks post groom, so that's probably going to be the look that we'll go for each time he goes for a tidy up. I think he's actually due in about 3-4 weeks again, so I'll do probably an update, or I'll be posting stuff on Instagram as well, so do check out his Instagram feed, because you'll see a lot more there on Instagram than you will on YouTube. Generally, he's still sleeping with us in the bed, unfortunately. Occasionally he'll go down in his bed, which is down the side of me, but it's very rare. He is mostly snuggled up with us, and also he doesn't completely sleep through the night either still, unfortunately, but I don't think we'll ever get him to do that 100% all the time anyway. The odd night he will completely sleep through the night. That's often after he's had a big activity day, or he's done, he's done a lot of walking, or he's done a lot of puppy play or whatever. But most nights it's usually about 3 o'clock he will get up. We usually go to bed just before 10, so he does about 5 hours, and then he needs to get up, and then he usually sleeps through till about 6:30ish, and then at the weekend I will get him up, but then I'll take him back to bed, because we know that he'll quite easily go back to sleep once he's just been out for a little pit stop. Just bang up to date, his birthday today, so we'll insert a few little pictures, a little bit of footage. He's had quite a busy day because we've been doing some photos, and obviously opened his presents, so we've got a few new toys as presents, and a couple of new walking sets as well, and then some biscuit and a birthday cake. So what I will do, I'll link to everything down below in the description box so you can see where I did get everything from, because obviously all the brands are too many to mention. But he's had a really nice day. It's been quite nice because we've been working from home, so we've been able to be with him around, and he's actually now fast asleep opposite me in his little den in my office, and that's why he's not appearing on screen, because I think he's had quite a tiring day, shall we say. I just wanted to update you on, like I say, it's doing really well. Training is what it is, and we wouldn't be without him. Hey, so thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you did like the little update that I've given you. If you did like this video, please do consider liking the video and perhaps subscribing to my channel. There are some other videos of Bailey on my channel, plus a few other bits and bobs of content. We are actually going on holiday in the near future, so there will be some holiday videos hopefully after that, so please do keep an eye on that. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye for now.